Hey, today we're going to be chatting about how to get confident and do video for your online business. So whether you've been on camera a few times and you're okay with it, but not absolutely thrilled, or if the idea of even hitting live on your phone makes you break out in hives, like a former student of mine, know that you're not alone, that this can be a really scary thing. So what I'm going to do is break down why this is happening and help you fix it. This is the place to ask questions. This is the place to take notes. This is the place to learn strategy. Welcome to the Visible Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Lewis, and this is the podcast you'll love listening to week after week. After a history in Hollywood, I know what it takes to get visible. And as an entrepreneur, you don't have to keep feeling frustrated and trapped, not able to get yourself out there. Myself, my guests, and even my family are here to lift you up, guide you, and give you powerful ideas so that you can get your unique voice into the online space. Ready? Let's do it.
And action.
Okay, so let's start chatting a little bit about why we have such powerful blockages that keep us from wanting to get on camera. We literally cringe or we delete every photo of ourselves that we've taken. We don't like it at family events when people take photos or at dinner dates with friends. We just have a really hard time seeing our own image. This is so much more common than you would ever believe, so please know that you're not alone in this struggle. So you've probably done a little bit of research and you understand what the subconscious mind is, being like a giant computer bank that just stores information. And chances are you have had some kind of an experience that has made you not want to be visible. So the worst thing that can happen is for you to study under a coach that says to just do it, to just take the leap, to just get over your fear, to just, wash your face, whatever. Because even though we might try, we go live, it's a really stressful, horrible experience, and then we put it off for months and months and months. So my goal is through this episode to help you understand why this is happening and be able to overcome this a little bit at a time. Because clearly right now it's feeling impossible and you're not really even sure why. You just know that being on camera makes you physically uncomfortable. So you work on blogging or social media posts and stock images, but statistically, video is the place to be. It makes the customer journey so much faster, helps people to connect with you and trust you and ultimately purchase from you. So let's get to the root of why this is happening, because it's not just something surface level that you need to get over. This is the manifestation of a very deep problem. Because the truth is you were convinced at one time or another that you should not be seen. This happened to me. It started at age 12 when I went to a well-known actress's acting class to then be told after giving it my all and so excited to finally be stepping into Hollywood that I was too overweight and not attractive enough to ever be on camera. Talk about a huge blow, not just to my ego, but to my core identity. I had a family that worked in Hollywood. This was just what it was supposed to be. I thought it was my destiny. So to have someone that my parents trusted tell me this was just absolutely devastating. So for you, it could be trauma, it could be a bully, it could be a really unfair experience that happened, it could be a family member, a friend, a sibling, someone that you trusted, or it could just be being ignored in the past. Whatever this root problem is, it could be, illness, it could be injury, whatever it was, it left an invisible mark on your subconscious computer, instructing that computer that it was physically not safe to be seen at all. And this computer has this one warning bell that if it's even the most ridiculous thing that isn't meant to hurt you, the subconscious locked on and decided it needed to protect you at all costs. And that's why the alarm bell sounds. So every time you go to take a photo, do a live stream, get on camera to start a video, alarm bells go off. It's not safe. Protect her, protect him at all costs. Don't do it, right? Even if it's just a selfie. This is what the subconscious has been instructed to do by the brain to protect you. So this can look like sweating, nerves, running away, screaming, or it could be a little bit sneakier, like saying, well, wait, you didn't put the laundry in. Oh, wait, we didn't get groceries. Oh, wait, you haven't called so-and-so. And it will tell you like, you need to do this right now, right? And then all of a sudden we're texting our friend and then, we get off topic and then the video, oh, we'll just do it tomorrow. So this is what this pattern looks like. And I would love for you to self-examine and see if any of this might be true for you, because if so, it's something that we can actually fix in a short amount of time. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but we can definitely get past this. And I recommend doing this now, because the last thing you want is to start putting in an automatic failure mechanism pattern by trying to just push yourself to do things without resolving these deeper issues. I saw this happen very recently where a couple of friends of mine that I've known in this industry for a while were pushed to breaking down. And this is just not a healthy place to be in. And usually we can just push ourselves so hard and so deeply that then the issues come screaming out. And so we don't want that to happen. We want to deal with these problems now. We want to deal with healing that pain that's deep rooted so that every time you do get on camera, you're able to feel more comfortable and confident and ultimately help your ideal client, which is what this is all about. Okay. So let's talk about now building your on-camera confidence. How do we start this process? I'm going to give you 2 tips that I have seen that have worked really well for actually actors who have a hard time being on camera. And every single person, whether it is Tom Cruise himself or the guy at 7-Eleven, doesn't feel 100% comfortable when the camera's on them. They become more self-aware. They become more aware of their movements. They don't do embarrassing things like pick their nose. And I want to help you get used to it without the pressure of other people seeing you yet. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your camera and I want you to just set it to video and recording. And I want you to put it on yourself. So, put it on yourself and then just set it to record at various times of the day and week, whether you're in your car, brushing your teeth, cooking a meal. And if you want to, you don't necessarily have to record it, but I just want you to get used to seeing yourself on camera. I want you to have it when you're on your work day, when you're out with a friend and just tell them you're doing an acting exercise or whatever. But start getting used to this. And in the beginning, you're not going to be thrilled. You're going to be seeing yourself like right in the morning and looking grungy and going like, oh, I don't want to do this. But what this exercise is going to do is it's going to start calming down your subconscious. Okay, nothing bad is happening. We're on camera and it's not the worst thing in the world, to show it that there isn't danger being on camera, aka it's safe to be seen. And once you overcome this hurdle, the rest is extremely easy. These things will start falling into place. So at about your 3rd day of doing this exercise, you're going to start noticing that you're not looking at the camera screen very much anymore. You're not really noticing what's going on. It's just not really a part of your field. It's kind of like, to have a ridiculous example, like the Kardashians, right? They're not even really aware anymore that the cameras are there. They're so used to it. And by day 5, you're going to be like, Michelle, can I please stop this? I've got it. Like, it's done. And by the end of the week, you're going to be ready to get on camera. You're going to feel much more comfortable. The second thing I want you to do, if you're still struggling by the end of this exercise, is I want you to actually take a photo of a family member, a friend, your significant other, someone that you trust. And I want you to actually put it right next to your camera, so that when you do go live or start your video, you're going to have a more relaxed reaction. We've actually used this with producers that aren't super comfortable on camera. And once they have to get on camera, like, how do you make them feel more warm and more of a camaraderie on screen? And this is a great way to do it. So I highly recommend doing this. If just the recording exercise still hasn't worked, let's then bring in someone that you trust visually so that you can start having a more calm reaction. Okay, so now that we've covered what the subconscious issue may be, and we've talked about a couple of ways to handle that, to get over that fear. Now, I'm not covering in here how to get to the root of your trauma and how to release it, just because that is not my specialty. And I'm sure that you can find someone who can do this brilliantly. So if you do need additional help, please seek it. All right, now let's move forward into why you need to be on video in the first place. This should have a reason, right? It doesn't just need to be painful. The true reason of why you need to be on camera, there are actually a lot of them. And we all know that video is much more effective than words. Our audience really wants to be able to see us, feel us, see if they get a good vibe, see if they have the courage and trust to buy from us. And the ability to really communicate lies with face-to-face connection as well as vocal inflections. So you may have read a blog of mine, but until you saw the video, you probably didn't feel that much allegiance or connection to me. Probably until, you heard the podcast and you could hear my vocal tones and you're like, oh, okay, this is all right for me. I get it. Like, it makes such a big difference. So people want to see you. And as entrepreneurs, we need to incorporate video so we can do everything we can to serve our audience, which means getting on video. And this is where a lot of business owners struggle and they don't prioritize it. It does take time. It does take, a level of confidence, and they just don't want to deal with it. So they put all this work and passion into their projects and their launches, but they leave a lot on the table by not getting on camera. So this is why I wanted to address this in this episode so that we could get past this hurdle together and get you on screen, because there's so many statistics that prove that the engagement and the buying and the growth of a business has everything to do with video presence. So we really want to make our follower growth easier. We want to make our launches easier, our monthly revenue start growing and growing and growing and growing. So on-camera work is one of the best ways to hit all of those goals at an accelerated rate. And on a personal note, it's the best way for a customer to feel like they know you, that they trust you, and that they can purchase from you. All right? So if you're just getting started into the video world, live streaming is a great way to do that. You can also, do pre-recorded videos for YouTube or your blog or whatever. But if you're really struggling with the starter steps, live streaming is where it's at. If you want to practice, go into the Facebook group, The Visible Entrepreneur. Happy to do that for you. This is a really easy way to connect with your audience and start getting comfortable. And doing it in a space where you can make mistakes is so crucial. So if you want to get started with this and have even more in-depth training on live streaming, for sure, join the Comfy on Camera Challenge. This is where I walk you through 5 days of breaking down even more of these barriers, and you have an assignment a day, just a really short one, to go live in the group so you can get more comfortable. So I will link that below. I highly recommend that training. It has helped thousands of entrepreneurs get more comfortable on camera. In the meantime, I hope that this gave you some ideas, some inspiration, that you feel a little bit more just like easygoing about the process, knowing that it is a hurdle that you can overcome quickly. I'm happy to be on your team when it comes to on-camera confidence, and I would love to be tagged in any of your future videos and live streams so I can cheer you on. So in the meantime, I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for being here to talk about getting comfortable on camera. I hope you loved this episode as much as I did. Now, we're all about building a tribe here at The Visible Entrepreneur, so be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and then head on over to the Facebook group. It's a great place where you can practice your video, live stream, and really enjoy the community that we have built. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next episode. Now get out there and get more visible.
That's a wrap.